Good afternoon, class. So we're going to do a review for Unit 2 exam, just like we did for Unit 1. So I have a list of questions and statements that I want you to be able to answer. I want you to put everything away, and I want you to try to answer these to the best of your ability. And then you're going to watch the next video to get your answers. Okay, let's get started. Now the first question is talking about inhibitory postsynaptic potentials, or the IPSPs. You learn about in the book that they lead to a certain response within that neuron. What response is that? Is it depolarization, repolarization, hyperpolarization, or threshold polarization? Okay, the next one. You learn about the ratio of O2 and then also CO2. That we learned about the rate of consumption, like we took that inspiratory minus expiratory for O2 and then expiratory minus inspiratory for your CO2. We took the value of those, and if you divided it, it gave us an estimated RER. So if your RER value is approaching 1, what substrate is that telling us that's probably being utilized at that exercise intensity? Okay, the next one. Carbohydrate oxidation yields blank ATP per molecule of oxygen consumed when compared to ATP yield per oxygen molecule for fat. So we're looking at, is it more, the same amount, somewhat less, or much less here in comparison? Okay. T3 and T4, these are hormones that are produced by your thyroid. They have a list of function and responsibilities. Here, out of these choices, I want you to tell me the one that it is not responsible for, okay? So, out of these choices, increase in size and number of mitochondria, increase in cellular metabolic rate, inhibiting protein synthesis, increase in FFA mobilization. So, out of these 4 choices, which one are they not responsible for? Now, EPOC, I want to do the same thing, okay? So when we are experiencing EPOC, within this recovery, there's certain things that are happening during this time. Out of these choices that I give you, which one of these is not occurring during EPOC? Replenishing oxygen stores in hemoglobin and myoglobin, replenishing cytosol like ATP to phosphocreatine storage, replenishing NADH storage in our mitochondria, replenishing glycogen storage via lactate conversion. So out of those options, which one of those is not occurring during EPOC? As submaximal exercise intensity increases, VO2 responds how? Does it decrease proportionally, increase proportionally, decrease exponentially, or increase exponentially? How does it respond? Now, if you were seeing somebody take a sobriety test and you notice that they're having trouble walking the line or finger to nose, what area of the brain is affected? Okay, if they drunk alcohol, what area of the brain does this affect to lose that coordination and balance and also this capability? The next one, you learn about your muscle spindles and your Golgi tendon organs. These are safety, unconscious reflexive mechanisms. Now, if your Golgi tendon organs were activated, what do they prevent? Okay, we know that once we experience endurance training, that in between like that 8 to 12 weeks, an individual where their VO2 max will reach a plateau, and it will stay there no matter what. But even if they reach this plateau, that we've seen that their performance with training can still improve. So what aspect or what element did the book attribute to this increase in performance or this improvement? All right. So when we talked about the EPSPs and the IPSPs, they're coming into the neuron. At what part of the neuron is it being integrated? Is it the dendrite, cell body, axon hillock, the axon, or the axon terminals, the little feet down at the bottom, okay? Okay. Chapter 5 goes over fatigue mechanisms, and they can work individualistically or synergistically, all of them together, or a couple together. But the one of them was talking about metabolic byproducts, about when we have a heavy buildup of lactic acid within our body, if it kind of sits there, it'll break down and have lactate, and then hydrogen ions is what it's going to break down to. And because of that buildup of hydrogen ions, the cell can get acidosis. So it talks about pH drop, and even though we do a buffering to maintain cellular life, we're still too acidic for cellular function. So if the pH went to 6.9, what cellular function is inhibited at this level of acidity? And if the pH dropped to 6.4, what level or cellular function is inhibited when it's at this acidity? Okay, that's all the questions that I have for you. So I want you to stop the video, rewind it back, replay it as many times as you need to, try to work out the answers, and then watch the next video for the actual answers.